since I'm waiting on paint to dry for my suspension components, guess I'll go ahead and do the rear bumper. Just came in. I got this off of Amazon. This is Tyger Auto. It's $328 and it's freaking heavy. Let's get it open, see what it looks like. Oh man, this thing is stout. So this thing's 5 mil in thickness. Thicker than 3/16, not as thick as 1/4 inch. That coating on there looks and feels tough. This one does come set up if you have the safety auto group, to where you can put your backup sensors in here. I don't have the safety auto group, so I'm hoping it's going to come with plugs to fill these holes. If not, I'll have to make something. And those D-ring mounts, freaking stout. Let's see what's in here. So it looks like it does come with the plugs needed. Mounting bracket. Hardware. Here we go. Instructions. All right, we're gonna start by removing this rear tire. Let's see if the dealership failed me on that too. I mean, they did forget to remove the drain plugs and put them in the floor mats. I should have a Torx bit in here to unlock this little shroud on the camera. Okay, just like before, we're going to use metric wrenches, metric sockets. I got a couple screwdrivers in case we got to pull out some body bolts, and my impact if I can use it. I don't know, there might be some tight spots. So let's get started. We're going to take out these 3 8mm bolts. It's going to allow us to get this plastic cover off so we can get to all the other bolts. We're going to do that on both sides. All right, so now up under the vehicle, we're going to use a 16mm. We're going to remove these 2 bolts and these 2 bolts and get this bracket out of here. That way we'll be able to get to these. So 4 bolts on each side. We're going to remove the 4 bolts. 2 on each side are attaching the frame bracket to the bumper. All right, so now I've got to find where this wiring harness goes. So let me get my little screwdriver pop that tab out. Unplug our wiring harness. I'm gonna try to get these out without breaking them, because I want to be able to reuse it. That might not happen though. There we go. I might be able to reuse that. Probably not though. If my guess is right and the instructions are right, we got our bumper off. We're almost ready to install it. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish assembling the bumper. I guess now would be a good time to talk about why I chose this bumper over some of the other ones. I already forked out the money to have the dealership put on the tow hitch and get the whole tow package. I was gonna do it myself, but that wiring kit is pretty intensive, so I figured it was worth the money to let them do it. So I wanted one that already had the cutout to go over a factory tow hitch. Looks like these go to the license plate bracket. The foam on the license plate bracket. And figure out how to do this. So I don't have the backup sensors. Sweet. So if you have backup sensors, you got to use all those foam washers and sealing washers. Since I don't have backup sensors or parking sensors, I'm just going to use the plugs. Oh God, this thing's freaking heavy. Slide. These on the outside just to give it a more finished look. At least that gave it a little bit more finished look. 21 millimeter. Now this side. This bracket is going to go inside like that. Alright, so we got brackets in the back. If you have LED lights that you want to put on your rear bumper, now's the time to pull these guards and mount them up. The instructions don't show putting these back in with LEDs, so depending on which ones you have, you might be able to do it, you might not. But I don't have LEDs yet, so I'm going to leave these on. I am going to go ahead and mount the tag bracket because that seems like it'll be easier now than later. Get that bolt. That bolt. 2 nuts. Washers. Use the included Allen wrench. That's kind of sweet. If I had to guess, yep, I guessed wrong. 15 millimeter. I'm not going to tighten it down all the way until I get this one close. Yep. Make sure it's straight. So we're going to reuse the factory hardware on this side, and we're going to use the 2 new bolts on the bottom and the factory hardware on this side. Did I mention this thing was heavy? Let's see if I can get these started. Just to hold that in place. All right, what are we hung up on? Like a glove. Now that they're all started, I'm gonna push this back. All right, now we gotta torque everything down.